Friends, welcome to Enlightened World Network. Dr. Ruth Anderson and Sue Broome here for a meditation a day. We bring you a guided meditation every day of the year. So excited that Sue Broome is leading us today. Sue, thank you for being here.
I'm excited to be here. I'm curious where we're going today.
I am too. So while Sue is sharing out to her page, let me just draw your attention. Her work can be found at www.suebroome.com. She is on Facebook at Sue Broome. She's got an amazing Etsy store, Sue Broome Studio, I think is what that's called. She's got journals, mugs, shirts, bags. She is such a spiritual entrepreneur when it comes to putting her messages, the messages that she's receiving, onto items that you can put in your own home. So I know I've purchased some myself. I love them. So make sure you take a look for those. So how are you doing with the sharing, Sue?
Well, I will have to share later because it is like, it's not refreshing my screen at all. It's like Facebook to me is not working.
It's having an off day.
Yeah, so I just minimize that screen. I'm not even looking at it because it's wasn't working.
Well, let me.
So hopefully we're out there.
Yeah, let me see if we're out here. Because it was. Yeah, there you are. It's on.
Okay.
It's on Enlightened World Network.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to refresh it. Nothing. It was like the screen was half blank. So that's okay. I will share it later.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just let you and the angels take over. We'll see where this goes.
Hello, everyone. Some of you may be wondering, it's like, well, how does she know? How does she not know where we're going? It's like, yeah, the angels don't always give me glimpses ahead of time. And that's about all I've gotten. So we shall see. But I have a feeling that it's going to be about healing. That's just what I'm thinking, which meditation in and of itself is very healing. Okay, everyone. If you could take a couple of deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And get yourself in a very, very comfortable position. You might be sitting, you might decide to lie down, whatever is most comfortable for you. And again, take a breath in. And out. And as your body is starting to relax, you might notice some tensions fall away from your shoulders, maybe from your upper back, your middle back. Your eyes might all of a sudden close. They might stay open, whatever is most comfortable for you. Your arms and your legs start to almost feel like there's no strength left. They're just like jello. You may also even notice in your stomach area, tensions fall away. Maybe the top of your head feels more relaxed. Just notice. You might realize that your breaths are getting even longer and deeper. Don't force it, just notice. Imagine that you are sitting very comfortably in the lotus style, so your legs are crossed. Maybe your hands are on your knees. They might be open, facing up. And in this sitting position, you are so comfortable. And you notice that your body is off the ground just a little bit. You just look around in your imagination and just notice what you see. It's unique to you in this moment in time. As you're looking around, something you might notice are stars that are just bursting out of one single area. You notice it off to your side. And then you notice another area off to your other side. Just beautiful stars, almost like it's firework of stars bursting out. You might even notice like a sparkler, the sound of a sparkler that it makes. And if you don't hear it, that's all right as well. And you sense that there's more bursts behind you. You sense them, but you can't see them because they're behind you. Maybe even above. And as you're watching and sensing this, you notice within your body to have such a sense of calm. Such a sense of health. A sense of love. It's as if this moment in time, everything is as it needs to be. There is no dis-ease of any kind. Everything seems to be in flow. You feel so comfortable just floating. And again, you look around, you notice where you are in this moment. you realize that all of these bursts of stars, such beautiful gold, they just sparkle. They're very healing. It's almost as if you can feel the healing coming from each star, each burst, in different ways. It may be healing past lives. It may be healing traumas from this lifetime and connections to past lives. The healing may even be bursting from past generations. And you're so grateful. Knowing that your healing moments right now from past generations, you can also send back to those past generations. And you're realizing that if there's someone that you know that is in pain or has discomfort or dis-ease, you can gift them the healing starbursts and allow their soul, their higher self, to accept or not. You are just grateful that you can gift. And just allow yourself to receive. Take a moment and ask your angels and their angels to gift them some of these healing bursts of stars, of health, of love. Just take a moment and allow this to occur. Thank your angels and thank their angels for allowing you to share this beautiful experience. It is up to them to receive. And thank all the starbursts, all these wonderful healing starbursts, fireworks of stars. Thank them for being in your life. Thank and have gratitude for this moment. And they slowly start to dissipate. And you realize you're still floating. And slowly you come back down to the ground. And slowly start coming back into your body. Feeling so wonderful. Knowing that this feeling will carry throughout your day. Noticing how filled with health, filled with love, filled with gratitude that you feel. And start moving your body slowly as you're coming back in. Moving your hands and your feet and your ankles and your wrists. Maybe moving your head around, starting to notice the sounds that are around you. And take a deep breath. Come all the way back into your body. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
Thank you. That was very cool. And I know you had no idea where this was going.
I was quite far out there. Quite far. It's like, Ruth, bring me back.
It felt really almost primitive. I mean, like back in time too. I mean, not just out there in the other dimensions, but also back in time almost. I mean, it just felt very, I want to almost say primitive, but it was like before primitive. But yeah.
What was the space like for you?
Black. It was just black.
It was for me too, but it was actually almost like space. Like every once in a while I could see a star, but it was very dim and far away. Except for these sparkles. I love these.
Well, it was fun when you mentioned hearing it, because I was hearing it at the same time. It was like, oh yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, that was very cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, this would be a good one to paint. If I was a painter, I would paint this one. I'm not a painter, but yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this really does bring to mind, Sue, there's energy out there that we can call on, and we are energy. Really, that's all we are, is energy. And we can call on those other energies for healing and for bringing us back to that perfect state. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think, yes, we are in this perfect state. And I think what we feel so much of the time is, this is going wrong, so that's where I am. This hurts, so that's where I am, instead of in this expansiveness of there is no dis-ease. Everything is perfect. Everything is smooth. And that's where we truly are. We just have to put our focus there. And I think the thing that sending healing back to the ancestors. Because we forget that if we have, I'll use the word hereditary. It's like, but if we heal it, we can send it back to our ancestors to heal it as well.
I have experienced that myself, and I'll just give a personal insight from my own life. And I know if this is the first that any of you have heard about any of this, it feels really, really out there, and it is. But with my own family story, coming down my father's line was the belief that your best is none too good. And that's the words it came in on. And actually my dad, from when he was way, and keep in mind, my dad would be 90 something if he was alive right now. One of his teachers from, I think it was elementary school, had signed on his picture, given it to my dad, and it said, "Your best is none too good." And it was like, holy cow,
Nasty.
Who would do that?
That's nasty.
Yep. But that was the family message that came through. And as I've, interesting throat clearing, as I followed that back, that came in like probably 4 or 5 ancestors ago, 4 or 5 lines of the lineage on my dad's side. And I've been able to really work on that and work on healing that. And that message stops with my generation. It's not moving on to my kids. It doesn't need to move on anywhere. It doesn't even have to be felt in those generations back. So I've experienced that.
Good. I have well, I'll say a health thing from my brother Steve that passed away a couple years ago. I did some healing work with his higher self because he was not open to any of this. Because the lung stuff that he brought on this lifetime, some of it was from my dad, some of it was from my dad's dad. So, and some of it he took on himself. It's like, just to show them up, So he had all of these lung things. And when I was working on him, it literally, he came in this lifetime to heal that, the lung stuff from our lineage, even though there's not any kids going down from, but it went back. So it is amazing that can happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very interesting. Well, friends, if this meditation spoke to you, if you enjoyed working with the healing star energy on Facebook, just share this meditation with yourself. Send it to yourself in Messenger or save it on your page. You can come back to it whenever you want. So thank you for being here, Sue. Thank you so much. Folks can find you, www.suebroome.com. And friends, thanks for being here at Enlightened World Network. Take good care. God bless.